Dine.
Here.
Trustee Polito.
Here.
Trustee Hickey. Here. Trustee McClendon.
Here.
Trustee Reeves.
Here.
Trustee Corky. Here. Trustee Schroeder.
Here.
Manager Yule.
Here.
Could we all stand for the pledge
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do I have a motion for the approval of the agenda tonight?
Make a motion to approve the agenda for tonight.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. I entertain a motion for approval of the minutes tonight. Is there a motion for the approval of the minutes? Okay, so the approval of the minutes tonight will be over the regular meeting, January 15th, and the budget workshop minutes of January 23rd. Do I have a motion for that, to approve the minutes of those both meetings?
So moved.
It's been moved and supported to have the minutes approved by Brian Schroeder and seconded by, okay, Andrea Hickey. And all in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Motion carried. The petitions and communication. Do I have a motion for the petitions of Okay. Petitions and communications. Partner in Community Service Award by Randy Sale and Manager Yule.
Good evening, council members and members of the community. Tonight, Mr. Yule and I would like to present the first, which I think will be a pretty regular award that we're going to call the Community
Partner Community
Safety Award.
Yep.
And tonight, we're going to award that to the Lake Erie Transit Bus Company. To give you a little background, Lake Erie Transit has been providing us transportation for Shop with a Cop the last several years. And, you know, that's a great program at Christmas. We raise money in a golf outing. We take some underprivileged kids shopping at Christmas. And they do a fantastic job by providing that service free to us. And not only that, they come here, the bus is all decked out, Santa's here, Rudolph, they hand out candy canes. Kids have a fantastic time, and they're such a great part of that. So we'd like to recognize them. I know there's at least 3 members from LET tonight. Come on up and introduce the rest of the crew if you would, please. Rick DeWant Lee, is that right? Yes. And is it Ron, or is it? Who else? Norman, thank you. So, Mr. Yule, I think maybe we could have council give this award.
Sure.
All right.
Yep, you ever give it up, come up there.
All right, well, council members join us to award Lake Erie Transit. Let's read the award to them, please. To our partner in community safety, presented to Lake Erie Transit, an appreciation for your service from the Dundee Police Department, December 2018. Put you in the front of it. Yes. Yeah, we're going to work show. Okay, all right. Thank you so much. Thank you. That's hers. Okay, yes. She's my phone call person every year. You're not going to get me.
Turn that around, there you go.
Go ahead.
There you go. Sorry. We got to get a little closer or not?
Not too shallow.
It's hard to do.
We're happy, we're smiling.
Got it, Nick? Yep. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going the wrong way.
You're looking like Santa Claus.
Good stuff.
Okay.
You got it.
Pictures?
Here's, if you guys want this.
Get a couple pictures of that.
Yeah, I'm getting it right now. Load it up there.
Well, while you're doing that, Mr. Buell, I'm going to continue. Chief Garbo is at the Michigan Association Chiefs of Police Conference this week, so you get to hear my lovely voice for the report. Two things I want to share with you tonight. Number one is our annual volunteer police service report. And I'm very proud of this group. I actually supervise the group, and there are a couple of members here tonight, at least two, right? I think Brad and John, would you stand up, please? John's double role. John's also a reserve officer for us. But these two are two of 16 people that we have that are community and non-community members that give so much to this town. I'm not sure if you know how much they do for us, but they donated 1,875 hours this past year for a number of things. And I call upon the DIPS to help us at the Mayfly with parking and traffic direction. They help us with parades. They check on our senior citizens who are homebound. They run cars to the shop for me to get maintenance. They do things in the office, just anything. And they're all, just want to get back to the community. You do such an outstanding job. I wanted to recognize them tonight. First of all, I also wanted to tell you that those 1,800 hours, if we were having to pay a police officer to do that, it would equal like $41,000. So, I mean, they're giving so much to the community in their time. I hope you would join me in saluting them and thanking them. Thank you so much. Part two of this I'm covering for Sergeant Olet, who's in charge of our Reserve Officer Program. And for those of you that don't know the difference, the Volunteer Police Service Program was started by Mr. Lewis soon after the PD was started in 2010. He brought this idea from Florida, and our volunteers are unarmed citizens who just do multitask for the police department. The difference between they and a reserve officer is that reserve officers have additional training. They have trained to carry a firearm, they're here to assist us, they can act as a police officer along with us. So it kind of doubles our presence. A lot of times they'll ride with our officer at midnights to give him a little extra help, which is really great. I have two of the reserve officers here tonight, including Mr. Bark, who you've already met, and just stand up, Derek, please. Derek Cole. They are also volunteers for us, and they donated 1,213 and a half hours this past year, which in essence saved this village about $27,000 in personnel cost. And they do a multitude of task force as well as riding with us, helping with the parades and everything else too. So I wanted to give us a public recognition and thank them again as well tonight. Thank you, guys. Mr. Chair, that's really all I have for the police report.
You want to show these pictures, Serge?
Pardon me?
These pictures?
Yes, there's some pictures from Shop with the Cop. We took a couple, we went to Walmart back in December with these kids, thanks to LET Bus. As you can see, they decked out the bus with holiday decorations, and the kids and the officers had a great time. So.
Santa Claus?
And no, that's not Santa Claus in the Black.
There's Santa Claus.
Yeah, yes. Thanks again to LET for making that such a wonderful event along with many of our other businesses in the community. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Randy.
Yes, sir.
How many kids participated in that program?
We normally have 10, usually 10 every year, and not only do we take 10 kids shopping, we also this year, because our golf outings had some success, not only did we give them $100 to shop with, we also gave their families $100 to get some groceries too. So we spent over $2,000 for it this year. So we had a really successful year.
And most of the money come from the golf outing, or?
It does, yes.
Okay.
And there's some donations from other people, but most of our funds are raised through that golf outing every year. So we'll be reminding you of that in a few months when it's time to start getting some golf teams and some donations lined up.
And I'd like to thank all the volunteers because you do one great job. And I know that everybody appreciated the kids and everything that took place there. It all combined and it worked well.
For sure. Thank you, Ted. Anybody else?
Anybody else?
Nice job.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, sir.
All right, now we have a letter from Miranda Heath, Executive Director of the Housing Commission. Is Miranda here tonight? I don't see her. go to the next thing. Is there any citizens' comments on the agenda items? Any citizen has anything to say tonight? Oh. All right, so I need a motion to support the petitions and communications. Is there a motion to support the commission?
So moved.
Petitions and communications.
I'm just curious as to, even though why the lady isn't here, we're still not addressing the issue that is brought up to us by this letter.
That was just an informational letter, and there was a lot of, there's no action to be taken.
Okay, just wanted to be noted, so thank you.
Is there support to that motion of the petitions and communications?
Second. I'll second
It's been moved and seconded that we support the petitions and communications. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Now we'll go to the consent agenda. The request by the Rotary Club of Dundee area to use the old mill without cost for the dinner dance fundraiser March 2nd, 2019. Plus the payment of bills for $140,974.88. Is there a
So moved.
it. Second.
And moved and supported to support the consent agenda. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. New business. Resolution 2019-01, the budget amendments for the fiscal year of 2018. Everybody has this in their packet. Kathy,
Hello. I'm presenting this resolution for budget amendments. Robin is unable to attend tonight's meeting. Robin has already discussed these amendments with you at the last council workshop. In this resolution, she's broken it down a little bit more detail as listed. So basically, this is a resolution, it's a formality to adjust funds that were actually incurred throughout the year.
are there any questions? We were all at the budget workshop, but I think it was very informative.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. Is there a motion now to adopt the resolution 2019-01 for the budget amendments for fiscal year 2018 and 2019?
I so moved.
Second. It's been moved and supported.
It was moved by trustee Polito and supported by trustee McClendon to adopt resolution 2019-01, budget amendment fiscal year 2018-2019. Trustee Polito.
Yes.
Trustee Hickey. Yes. Trustee McClendon.
Yes.
Trustee Reeves.
Yes.
Trustee Horky. Yes. Trustee Schroeder.
Yes.
President Badine.
Yes.
Motion is carried.
Now there's a request to release half of the retainage fee for Tetra Tech. We all have that in our packet. And we need a motion to release half of the retainage fee in Tetra Tech for the wastewater treatment plant project in the amount of $150,000. Is there a motion to support this?
I so moved.
Second.
And moved and supported. Is there any discussion on this? No discussion, then roll call please.
Trustee Hickey. Yes. Trustee McClendon.
Yes.
Trustee Reeves.
Yes.
Trustee Horky. Yes. Trustee Schroeder.
Yes.
Trustee Polito.
Yes.
President
Yes.
Motion is carried.
Now we go to old business. We have introductions for the Dundee Housing Commission candidates. We have 2 candidates here. And is Mabel Muma here would you like to come up and state your case on why you want to be commissioner at the Housing Commission?
I don't know how you want me to start out, but
Just say where you live and why you want the job.
I live at the Rawson Place Apartments,
Can't hear you.
and
You can move
Just,
that
could
down
you,
a little bit.
you can put the microphone down.
okay. I live at Rawson Place Apartments, and I do a lot over there for the residents. I run the bingo, I take some of the residents to doctor's appointments, food banks, whatever they need, and I just think that I would be helpful to them. And
Do you have any questions of the council to Mrs. Muma?
We received her letter, and, she had a lot more to say than that she did right now, and you did a great job. She did a great job. But no additional questions for me.
Anybody else? Okay, thank you very much. The second candidate for the Dundee Housing Commission is Sharon Dundee. Sharon, would you please come up here? Say why you would like to be the Housing Commissioner.
Hello, everybody. I've lived at Rawson Place for 20 years. I moved in there in 2000, so I've been through the storm, the tornado, and everything. We've had euchre tournaments, we've had a little bit of everything over the 19, 20 years, so I've been there, but I'm to the age now where I'd really like to help some of the stuff that's going on that would make it a little more easier for people to do things. We're trying to do potluck again, and we've changed it from evening to daytime, hoping that maybe somebody will come to lunch rather than supper, and like that, but, I've been there forever, and like that, so like I said, I was there when the tornado went through, so believe me, if y'all lived in Dundee, you know what I'm talking about, and like that, but, everybody's got their own opinion, and everybody, whatever they want to do, you do your own thing, or you get involved. But you heard, and just down the line, pick your game, and I've been there probably. Potlucks, and we've had Mother Day tea, and we've had craft shows. And there just really isn't anything in the 20 years that we haven't done, probably, where we're really not doing anything now, and it really needs to be, we need to really get everything stirred up again, and like that. And I think I probably can help as much as anybody. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there any questions for Mrs. Dundee?
Okay.
Thank you. Well, is there a motion for one of the ladies to be supported for the Housing Commission?
I move to appoint Ms. Muma as the representative for the Housing Commission.
I'll support.
And moved and supported by Andrea Hickey and supported by Denny Polito. Is there any discussion on this?
I just want to say that I feel that if the Housing Commission has given the recommendation that it is our due diligence to make sure that we're supporting them in the work that they do, because they're the ones that are seeing everything go on in the front line. So at the recommendation, I think we have to follow that.
said on that. Well, I'd like to say that both ladies are good for the job, but I would have to say, since we had this thing posted at the Housing and Urban Development, only one lady turned it in on time. And if we would have had a meeting, there would have only been one lady that would have been chosen. And I've been to Milan where we've had 18-minute meeting, and we got our meeting canceled, and I didn't give authority to cancel it. So that being said, if we would have had a meeting, I believe Ms. Dundee would have been the only candidate. She's the only one that turned her application in on time. So is there any other discussion before we have a vote? No discussion? We have the vote, please.
It was moved by trustee Hickey, supported by trustee Polito, to appoint Mrs., is it Muma? Is that how I pronounce it? As the resident representative to the Dundee Housing Commission. Trustee McClendon?
Yes.
Trustee Reeves?
Yes.
Trustee Harkey?
Yes.
Trustee Schroeder?
Yes.
Trustee Polito?
Yes.
Trustee Hickey?
Yes.
President Bedine?
No.
Motion's carried.
Now we have the village manager.
Gary, do you have anything from building?
Nothing for building, we're ready for the ice storm in the morning, trucks are ready to go, and we got our second 150 tons of salt, so we're ready to go.
And as you heard in the workshop, we're moving ahead on all the things that Gary has proposed for we've been busy working on that, so we'll have that at our next workshop. Nick, anything from your end?
No.
Okay, Nick's been busy working with Spicer and our Cabela Boulevard and our other maintenance projects that we talked about at McBride. So Nick is, in fact, he met with Spicer again today. So we're very busy with that, getting it ready for your guys' review. Chief, you got any, or not chief, filling chief, interim chief?
Nothing further, Mr.
Nothing? Okay. Mr. Lizette, Dundee Township?
No, sir, nothing tonight, thank you.
Okay, great, thanks for coming as always. I have nothing further tonight, other than we're extremely busy with development. Yeah, I think Robin sent it out, and we talked about it, February 12th here at the village office.
At 6 o'clock.
Yes.
Everybody aware of that now? Okay, now we go to council member comments. Denny?
Nothing except, again, I thank DWP for all the work they did, snowstorms and getting lots cleaned and sidewalks cleaned and putting salt down. They do a really, really, really great job, so thank you.
Andrew? Mike?
I just want to say thank you again to Lake Erie Transit and to the VIPs and to the sergeant and all that for everything that they do, especially for the children and the families at Christmas, and it's fun right now.
Jordan?
Just want to say thank you for the opportunity to go to the newly elected officials meeting. It was very informative at the Michigan Municipal League. Looking forward to learning more on how I can help the community, and I think that's how we get a lot of the information, so appreciate the time.
Lena?
A couple weeks ago, my husband got a phone call from our neighbor. She was over on Plank Street, and there was a water leak, and I'm not sure if the water main broke or something, but my husband texted Dave, and we were at swim class with my 1-year-old. By the time we left and just drove by, it had already been addressed. There was a cone there. It looked like everything had been taken care of. So thank you for being Johnny on the spot with that. And also with Jordan, follow up on your comment with the Michigan Municipal League and that training, something that just really resonated with me. And I thought, yeah, you just need to keep reminding yourself of this in daily life, but even here when things get, a little hairy, scary. Something that somebody who was a seasoned council person in her jurisdiction, she said, every moment is a learning opportunity. And I thought, you know what, I really just need to remember that. And so it stuck with me. I wanted to share that with you guys.
Thank you. Ryan?
I just want to take a second and the whole VIPS program from Chief, or Mr. Yu all the way to Chief, and Mr. Sale who presented today, thank you on behalf of the school system in that. It is amazing when we have an athletic event that's large and we have 8 to 10 volunteers there along with another police officer. When people come here for an event, they're really impressed and they leave here thinking really positive things, and it's just a great program. So thanks for all the hard work with the program, and those of you that are in the program, thank you for volunteering and doing what you do. It's appreciated.
Thank you, Mr. Short.
DPW, great job over the last storm. I appreciate when you slow down and you see me shoveling my driveway and you go throw it back out there. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. But as you know, with the forecast, and this winter's not over, so keep up the great work. Thank you for what you do. The volunteering and the donating for the kids in the community, I don't think there's a better way to give back. Thank you very much for making that a great experience for a lot of young people, making this community come and shine like a star. So, other than that, everybody be safe tomorrow. Don't push it, because who knows if the ice is going to be here or not, but assume that it will be.
All right, Shirley, you have an update on the Old Mill?
Yes, we received official notification that we've been chosen as the host site for the new Smithsonian Traveling Exhibit out of Washington. It's Crossroads, Rural America. So we're very excited. There's only 6 locations in Michigan that's been chosen, and we are on the first one on the list. Our dates will be September 7th through October 13th. We have lots of activities. We're in the process of planning, and it's going to be a lot of excitement. We're working with the school children. They're going to be doing a lot of programs. The emphasis is mostly on the future. Starts from the past, and we go all the way to the future, and the different programs at school have got some really great ideas. So we want everybody to come out. Please look at the newspaper and the Independent, and make sure you keep on abreast as to what we're going to be doing. We're going to be working with the library. They're going to have movies, various programs over there also. So please keep it on your calendar and come over to the museum, because we're really excited about this program. It'll be the 3rd that we've gotten, so this is kind of a feather in Dundee's cap. Thank you.
Good job, Shirley.
October 15th.
All right, I'd like to say thanks for the gifts, and I believe you are our chaplain also of the village, and you do an excellent job on the VIPs. John, I see you a lot too in the car around the school and everything, you and Alan. You guys do a great job, and I'd like to comment on the DPW, what a wonderful job they did on the big ice and snowstorms that we had. They still do an excellent job. I will put our DPW against any community in our county. They do an excellent job. And thank you for Lake Erie Transit. You brought wonderful Christmas stuff for all the kids. I read it in the paper, and it's just a wonderful program, and I sure hope you continue, because I know we would sure like to have you continue this for many, many years. It's a lot of smiling faces for the kids at Christmas time. And that's all I got to say. So is there any other comments from the citizens? If not, there's no closed session, so the meeting is adjourned.